You're listening to the Marketing Funnel Show, episode number 12. Have you ever thought, if I use marketing automation, I won't be able to truly get to know my audience? Well, today we'll talk about how automation makes it easier to really get to know your tribe. Welcome to the Marketing Funnel Show. I'm your host, Michelle Evans, and this is the podcast for coaches, experts, and online business owners to learn how to go from simply surviving to sold out using the power of marketing funnels. All right, let's jump into today's show. Hey there, welcome back to the show. You know, the other day I was talking to a local business friend of mine who said something along the lines of, you know what, Michelle, if I use marketing automation, I won't be able to really get to know my community and my audience. And yes, she's still a friend, but I know I've heard that from people who worry that it'll be too cold and impersonal, too far removed to really get to know people if they use automation or a funnel or whatever you want to call it, a system. So confession time, my friends. I used to think that too. But now I know better, and I'm spilling some great insights into how you can use automation to really get to know your tribe in ways even they may not know themselves. It's really, really cool when you use your automation, when you use your marketing funnel in the right way, you can get such great insights into who is truly in your tribe. Okay, so once upon a time, I felt like email was super spammy. I felt like social media was noise, and that to truly get to know my tribe, I felt like I had to personally interact with each and every person. You want to know what that resulted in? A whole boatload of nothing. A lot of phone calls, a lot of in-person meetings that resulted in no clients, no impact, no moving my business forward. Because I wasn't able to get out broadly to people, so no one was really clear into what I was about. They didn't really know what, if anything, I was doing, the impact I was having. They didn't know what I stood for. And you know, for a long time, I just felt like who wants to know all that stuff about me? Like, why just let me do my work? And if they did happen to stumble on my website or a social media profile, there was very little that they could do, because it was like I had a big virtual closed sign all the time on my business. I didn't mean to, and if you had asked me at the time, I wouldn't have even realized it, but I did. And when I shifted my mindset around the automation and realized that by using technology, I was making myself more available to more people, to have a broader reach, things really began to shift for the better in my business. Now, that may seem weird, because if you're having a broader reach with more people, how can you know more, go deeper with people? And I'm going to get into that in a minute, but I had some super, super simple list building funnels that I would run all the time. I mean, that's how I basically got started with some of my funnels, is that I needed to bring in some new blood to my business. And so I just came out with some really simple and streamlined list building funnels. And suddenly I'd be getting emails back from people every single day with responses to my automatic messages. So in some of my funnel emails, I would put 10 weird things about me. And then I'd say, there you have it. There's 10 about me. What's one thing about you? And honestly, I never really expected people to respond, but people did. And then people would be laughing and be like, I love this. Thanks for sharing. Here's one thing about me. And I started getting to know a lot more about people. And then I started getting some other cool insights. So let me break this down into 4 easy ways that you can use marketing funnels to really start building strong relationships with your audience. Because it wasn't as hard or as time consuming or and it didn't require me to be one-on-one with people. In fact, I feel like because I wasn't, on a phone call or face-to-face with somebody, I feel like people might have even been more open, if that makes sense, because there was kind of the cloak of anonymity. And so I was able to know people better. But here's 4 ways that I used my automation in my marketing funnels to build stronger relationships with my audience, to know them better, to understand what they were looking for, and to help my marketing funnels feel a lot more personalized. So the first one is what I already talked about. Ask for an email response. So within your email series, you don't have to have some cold, impersonal email series. I've seen some other people teaching marketing funnels out there. I've seen the emails that they put out there and some of the example emails, and how they're just all about buy my stuff, blah, 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 blah. Look, you could totally do that if that aligns with your brand and how you want to be. That's absolutely your call to make. For me, I want to connect. I want to help them understand that I get where they're at, that I've been there. I want to educate and entertain and really nurture that relationship. And so in many of my emails, I ask for a response. And a lot of times I get responses back. I mean, it surprises me how I get responses back. And sometimes people really take a long time to respond. Like, they'll write paragraphs and paragraphs of stuff. And those are absolutely golden. When somebody trusts me, especially somebody who's new to my tribe, when they trust me enough to write out responses to me, even if it's 3 words or, 10 paragraphs, I am really honored. And I always take the time to say thank you. And I keep track of every single response I get. And because a lot of times those responses give me clues into what it was that attracted them into my audience, what it is they're looking more for, what they're really struggling with, or what their big question is, and what it is I can deliver that's of value. So it's so simple, right? And it's totally free. This does not cost you anything extra. You already have your autoresponder set up. So all you're saying is, what's one thing that I could help you with? What's one question that you have right now? If we were sitting together at coffee, what's one thing that you would want to ask me? Those are really simple questions that you can ask, and not everybody will respond, but the ones who do, boy, they're giving you a huge gift. Okay, so that's 1. Number 2, you can survey people. And I know you've probably heard this a million times, but it is really cool when you do surveys. And you can do surveys with Google Forms on the Google Drive. It's totally free, and they work really well. I love Google Forms. I use them all the time. You can use something like SurveyMonkey, which you can pay for, or I think they have a free version as well. Or you know what? You can do just a 1-question survey in your email. That's super easy. So if you have just 1 question that you want people to answer, and you say, okay, here's your 3 or 4 responses, you can ask that in the email too. Number 3, you can create a quiz. Oh, the insights from a quiz. I am telling you what. I have 3 different quizzes that I've created. I have one that's your marketing personality type, which was so cool to see when I first rolled that out, to see who was really in my audience, so I could tailor how I talk to people. And it was funny because I thought that a lot of people would be most like me, but it was the second actually biggest group. The biggest group was not exactly like me. The second quiz that I came out with was, is your business ready for Facebook ads? And that was really cool. And the number one thing I found out is that most people are almost ready for Facebook ads, but not quite, because they need a funnel. And then the third one that I came out with is which marketing funnel is right for you. And that one has been so insightful because the vast majority of my audience wants a discovery call funnel. That's the right funnel for them. And so I've been able to tailor a lot of my stuff towards discovery calls. Now, that's not my entire tribe, but that's a good chunk of them. And so it's just really interesting to see the insights that come after having people take a quiz, because you can see, all right, here's who's really in here. In my tribe, here's who's responding, here's what they're looking for. And there's some really great places that you can use to create quizzes. What I use is lead quizzes. There's Thrive Quiz Builder. And even Google Forms you can use to create quizzes. And then the fourth way that you can get some insights into your audience to really go deeper with them and understand them maybe better than they understand themselves is to invite social media engagement. So if you have a private Facebook group, you can invite engagement there. You can do Facebook Lives or do videos. You can post questions or do different things within Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or Pinterest or wherever you hang out. There's great ways to really boost engagement in social media. And so those are 4 really great ways to understand who your audience is and to really engage with them at a whole different level. And almost all of those ways are free. And so it's a really, this is a low cost, really once it's set up, it doesn't even take any time other than reading the responses that come back. But the responses that come back, the insights you get, the confidence you get about who's in your audience, what they're wanting from you, who you're talking to, it's just, it's priceless. It truly is priceless. And bottom line is that when you're doing your funnel, it's really about the intention behind the message within your funnel. I mean, if you just want to be like the spammy, cheesy, cheeseball salesy, like bye, you can totally do that. Or you can be the person who has the intention of, I want to create something that's really for the long term. I want to set myself up as the expert, as the teacher, as the person that they're going to want to follow. And I'm going to invest in being a giver up front and really understanding what they're all about so that we can create a longer term engagement and community. And while many funnels are about achieving specific revenue goals, for example, when you're launching a new product or program or service or adding a new client to your roster, they don't always have to be. And even if they are about achieving a revenue goal, that doesn't mean they can't also be about achieving a community goal or an engagement goal and understanding your tribe goal. A marketing funnel can exist also for the sole purpose of building and nurturing relationships. I don't love just doing that. I always kind of want to be bringing people towards a sale. Otherwise, you could be unintentionally filling your business with a lot of freebie hunters who will never buy from you. But there's nothing wrong with just adding people to your list and nurturing them as well. And remember, your subscribers, they do want value and they want to hear from you. Otherwise, they wouldn't have signed up. And friends, I have made this mistake. I have signed people up and I have gone dark for months on end because I felt like I didn't have enough of value to say, or I didn't know enough about who was in my tribe to even have things to say. And so these are 4 really great ways that you can easily start to understand who's in your tribe and what they want to hear from you so that you don't have to go dark and feel like, what do they even want to hear from me? All right. So again, once you know which marketing funnel works for you, you can custom tailor the content in a way that fits you, fits your business, fits your goals, and makes certain that your audience, that your tribe, that your people know who you are and what you stand for and why you're valuable and why you're worth paying attention to, regardless of what your end goal is. And finally, once you discover the power of marketing funnels to really position you as the expert and to warm up your audience and to help them see you as the person, the teacher, that expert that they want to buy from, you're going to wonder why you ever wasted time just randomly doing marketing. Instead, you're going to know exactly how to build a tribe of loyal buyers. Want to know which marketing funnel is right for you and your business? I have created a totally free and easy quiz to help you figure that out. Head on over to today's show notes at themarketingfunnelshow.com/12. That's the number 12. And in less than 5 minutes, you're going to know exactly which funnel is right for you. Okay, the last thing is please, 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 I really need your help to spread this free, valuable podcast to more people just like you. If this podcast has been valuable for you, will you please just take 3 minutes, hop on into iTunes and rate the podcast, subscribe, rate, and review it, and then share it with just one person who can use it. It's easiest if you do this on iTunes on your phone because it's a lot harder on your computer. But if you do it on your phone, it just takes a couple minutes, and your voice helps tremendously in showing iTunes that this podcast is worth paying attention to. And when you do subscribe, my friend, I have a freebie gift for you. It's a mini course that I put together and I have sold to people in the past called the One Sentence Marketing Hook that will help you figure out how to hook people in your marketing, which is usually the number one problem that people have on their landing pages, their sales pages. Is like, how do I hook people and get them to want to read? So I've put together a free mini course called the One Sentence Marketing Hook that I'm going to gift to you for free when you take just a few minutes to subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. Just email it over to me, michelle@michellelevans.com. Email your screenshot to me, and I will get you into that One Sentence Marketing Hook. All right, I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Talk soon.